So one thing I was thinking is we have a bit of a gate to this, so it's a gate that's normally open, but the villagers could close it if they needed to, right? And so the idea is we've got a couple of, and we're probably going to want to make these a little bit taller as well. But the basic idea is the gate is currently open and it could be closed if needed be. So something like this. And we're gonna have the wall continue out a little bit. Yeah, probably. I'm thinking if that's the gate, right? If we have 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's already 3, so that would be rotated in a couple too. So maybe this one right here is a little less closed than the other one. So something like this, right? And we'll build it up a little higher. Something like that, just so it looks like there's gates. And how does that feel? I think it's convincing. It's not perfect, but it is decent. Also, it's very expensive on the log, so we're gonna need some more of these trees to grow. But let's get the rest of the wall in around it and see if it still looks convincing enough, I guess. So the gate positioning, we don't want it to feel like super weird. If it looks really weird, then we want to just change it, so it doesn't look really weird. But I actually think with a little bit more of an open space around it, that actually looks fine. I think it gets across the point of what it is really effectively. Like obviously when those are closed, those two pieces are gonna match up and it's gonna work out. So I'm actually thinking that's working, guys. This is looking good so far. We have a little bit of work to do on it, of course, but it's not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. So I'm just gonna lay some more of these slabs down in front. I think that should work. Help keep it a little bit more interesting. Let's start moving some of our dirt over this way a little bit, and we actually got to start coming up with a bit of a plan for the pathing, because we do want some paths kind of running through our village here. And we also need to start thinking about the layout a bit more. So are we going to add some extra houses? Do we want some farm dedicated areas? Things like that. We also need to kind of terraform this land out a little bit. So one thing I was talking about before is we want to have a little bit more open space around the bottom, so the gates actually have some room to work with. They're not just like, pushing into the side of the hill whenever we're trying to open the gates. So we do need to clear a little bit more space out. I think probably 1 or 2 more shovels help us accomplish that, as well as we need some more pickaxes. We're gonna need them for getting stone, or the sandstone. But yeah, so something like this. Let's clear out a bit more sand, and I'll be back in just a little bit when I'm a little bit more ready. Alright, so got a little bit more stuff prepared and cleared a little bit more of this sand. So I think this entrance area is looking basically ready once we get these sides up. And let's see. Oh no, I didn't grab the smooth stuff. Cooked up a little bit more of the smooth sandstone, not too much, just a little bit. I think it'll help a decent amount with getting this presentation to the level that we're looking for. So all we really need to do now, I think, is finish the wall on this particular side right here, and probably what we want to do is add in another viewpoint, like similarly to over there, but I'm not super sure where. So I'm kind of thinking we can just kind of incorporate it into this side maybe, and just have a little bit of a sticking out point over here. Something like that. Yeah, nice and simple, fits pretty well. And where is our smooth stuff? So we're just going to be dotting in the smooth sandstone the same way we did over there. Very similar to just the general style of the wall at this point. Nothing incredible, nothing outrageous, just a little bit of building. But yeah, so the main thing with this village that I want to have is I don't want it to get too crazy. You know, I want it to stay just a small little village, couple little dudes, hiding out in the middle of the desert, and they're just living their lives the best they can. You know, there's not a lot going on, not too much other than that. Just a bunch of simple farmer little villagers out here. Obviously there'll be some of them that have different things, like you got the stone cutter guy and other stuff like that, but for the most part there's a couple of crazy people in the middle of the desert. So I want to keep that kind of idea with it, with the kind of theme, I guess, with the village. But yeah, that's the main thing. I don't want it to get too chaotic. It's less of a city, it's not much of a fortress. This is just a small little outpost in the middle of the desert. So yeah, that's the kind of theme that I'm hoping to stick to, at least. And yeah, I'm thinking this is going pretty decently so far. And this wall was not that complicated to make. It hasn't taken too long to get set up, and part of that is just because the resources used in the wall are not that complicated to get, which is fantastic because A, it doesn't look that bad, and B, it works. So that's a win-win. In the future, when we're starting to add on some houses to these little villages, we're definitely going to be going through wood, like a lot of wood. So keeping up with the tree chopping is going to save us a lot of time in the future. Hopefully none of these grow to be obnoxiously big. We also do want to try to get some custom trees at some point. That'll be a lot more work, but I think it would be well worth it, especially for how good those custom trees look in the villages most of the time. As for the wall, I think we do want to kind of push back this sand a little bit on this side, because it is really close to the wall and it kind of makes it a little weird if the sand layer is like right next to the wall. I don't mind in like some spots if the wall goes up a little, then we can have the sand kind of come up as well. But in general, we don't want to keep the wall, barely above the level of the floor. We want it to be a protection. And it does really well on the other side. I'll go around to the other side, you can get a better view of it, but the other side looks quite good, I think, so far at least. I'm just gonna craft some extra bread. Yes, can never get enough bread. And let's harvest these right here. Where do these cats keep coming from, or is this the same one? I don't know why they're here, but I do like that they are. And some more apples and sticks. The sticks falling from the trees is super convenient. As long as it's not a pain like later on with tons of inventory problems and just having a lot of random sticks, then that change was one of the greatest things. Just randomly sticks falling from the tree. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Also, I feel like we're getting more apples than normal, but perhaps that's just good luck. Also, are these melons or pumpkins? Oh, I don't have any dirt on me. I want to check. I'll move this over here. Oh, a little bit of lag. Okay, let's move this dirt over here so that this can grow onto that and we can see what it is. Alright, let's go back to sleep. Let's get this little watch zone set up again. I think we can do it very similar to last time and it'll work pretty well. Let's see, which direction do we want it to come from? Probably this way. It feels the most practical. Something like that. And this one doesn't even need to be as big as the other one was, because obviously it's pretty small. Let's just build another crafting table. Might as well. The more crafting tables, the merrier. Get some more of these slabs going. Like that. one more set just to get an even number of planks. And let's see, where do we have sand? Yes, here. Okay, so we want to keep that out like that, and then do this layer here, and then throw in some sand on this next layer, and then down here like that. Yes, beautiful. And then we can even throw in, like, I guess one piece of sand right here just to kind of help sell it. So something to that effect, and that's pretty much already done. We just need to throw in a couple of sandstones up here. I'm gonna raise a couple of these by another block just to help kind of add to the variety. You never want to build a wall too straight, because then it gets a little bit more boring. But if you have a little bit more variety in it, it works a lot better in my opinion. Alright, so that's looking good. We're going to need a couple more cut sandstone there, but not a problem, not a problem. I'm going to raise that one up a little bit, and we're going to raise this corner piece up a little bit as well. And take a look at that. That is one wall, and we're going to figure this out at another time, but that wall looks pretty good, I gotta say. And that even works with this gate right here, and this inside is kind of a mess, but we'll fix that as well. Anyway, we've got a lot done so far on this guy. I am really liking the progress that's been made, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this as well. I'm really excited to get into this world, and I think it'll be super fun having the large biomes on that'll let us really dig into the kind of themes and build some really awesome villages and cities. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys are as well. And if you have any input, please feel free to share. I'd be happy to hear your thoughts. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again in the next one.